Hey, it's Livia. I'm here today with my friend Michelle, and she has a very powerful story that I want to share with you. So, hi, Michelle. Thanks for coming.
Hi, thank you. Um, I was just talking to Livia about the fact that I have a respiratory condition and I also have a heart condition. And because of my heart condition, I have to really watch what I put in my body because we don't want my heart condition getting any worse. And the respiratory medications that I had to take were really wreaking havoc on my body. There's steroids in them and they're not good for you. And I knew that it was bad for me, but I didn't know what else to do because when I have this respiratory problem, I can't breathe and my chest gets really tight and I get really exhausted. And it's bad. It's a bad situation all the way around. So when I got introduced to doTERRA oils, the very first thing that I started doing was breathe. And I was doing it probably 2 or 3 times a day. I still do it 2 or 3 times a day just as a preventative. But I started doing that about 2 or 3 times a day. And I was able to first stop the rescue inhaler that I was using 2 or 3 times a week. And then I stopped using the breathing treatments that I was doing a couple of times a week. And I just recently, probably in the last couple of weeks, got brave enough to stop using that daily inhaler that I was using every single day. And all I'm doing is the breathe products and the DDR products. And I've completely ditched all of that medication. And I know that I'm doing a good thing for my body because that's not going to harm my heart in any way, shape, or form. These are natural oils and I'm using a natural solution to combat this. And I can feel so much of a difference. It's just not even funny. And it's only been a 2-month journey so far, but I know that I've started a very long journey of making better decisions about my health.
Oh, I love that. How long did you have this breathing condition before you found doTERRA?
Oh, years. And actually, for a long time, I thought that it was my heart condition. I didn't even know I had this breathing condition. I thought it was my heart condition because my heart condition can cause arrhythmia and chest tightness, and it can cause some pain. So I didn't know until just a few years ago that I had this respiratory issue as well, which was making everything even worse with the pain and the chest tightness. And that's when they started me on all these medications.
So how long were you on the medications?
About 3 years.
Wow. So you went from 3 years of struggle and fighting.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
is that an internal conflict for you to be like, hey, I'm taking these, but it's hurting my heart at the same time? I could think that would be
Yes.
really hard for me.
Yes, it was very big battle because my heart condition is actually a birth defect. I have a bicuspid aortic valve, and there's a small tear in the valve. And when my heart pumps harder, the tear can get worse. So these products with these steroids and these stimulants in them were making my heart pump faster and harder, which was causing the tear to get worse. And if the tear gets bad enough, then I have to have open heart surgery and I have to have that replaced, that valve replaced. And that's not something that I want to do. It doesn't sound like fun and I don't want to do it. So the longer I can push that off, the better, which means I have to take care of my heart by eating right and not taking things with stimulants and steroids in them so that I can preserve my heart.
Wow, that is a powerful story. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Mhm.
If there's anyone out there who has a breathing condition and they're having that heart tightness in their chest and it's really hard for them to get really good breath, and maybe they're on some of those medications and things that are causing it to be a little bit more difficult for them, whether or not they have a heart condition, doesn't matter, but that they're
Right.
experiencing that. Can you tell them kind of what you've done? You said you use the Breathe products. Do you use just the Breathe
Yes.
oil or using the Vapo stick, or what are you using?
I'm using the Breathe oil and I'm using the DDR supplements. The Breathe oil I use first thing in the morning. I rub it in my hands and I cup it over my mouth and my nose, and I breathe deeply through my mouth and my nose for 30 seconds. And then just as another way to use the oil, I rub it over my chest, which I don't know if that's actually helping with the breathing issues, but it's another way to help with like it's a mental health thing. I think it helps to reduce feelings of anxiety and things like that. So once I'm done with that, I rub the lotion on my chest, or it's not lotion, it's an oil. I rub it on my chest. I take the DDR Prime every morning and every afternoon. And then usually by afternoon, I'm using the Breathe product again. And then I use it at night again before I go to sleep. When I first stopped taking my medications, I was a little scared because I had not had a breathing attack since I had started it, and I didn't know if I was going to be strong enough to stick with the oils if I had an attack. And I actually had an attack about a week ago, actually, and I was in the store. And I had my rescue inhaler in my bag, but I also had my Breathe product in my bag. So I reached for the Breathe and I rubbed it in my hands and I cupped and I breathed it in for about 30 seconds and I could kind of still feel that chest tightening, but it was letting up a little bit. So I took the Breathe product, and you have to wear a mask right now in the store, which is really hard with a respiratory problem. So I took the Breathe and I rubbed it all over the tip of my nose and along the base of my lip so that it was a constant. I was constantly breathing that as I was going through the store. And I realized by the time I got to the checkout that my attack was done. It was over with.
Yay!
So yeah, I know. I was like, oh, thank goodness I didn't have to, I didn't have to use that rescue inhaler that I hate. That's bad for me. I didn't have to use that because the Breathe product did exactly what it was supposed to do. And I trusted it to do that, and I was able to do that. So now next time I know it's not even going to be a thought in my head to want to reach for my my rescue inhaler. I'm going to automatically be reaching for my Breathe because I know it works and I know it's better for my body.
I love that. And a quick tip for anyone who doesn't necessarily have a breathing problem, but we all have to wear the masks when we go to the store, right? I will
Yes.
take whatever scent I want. Usually I just keep a bottle of wild orange in my car and I will put it on my hand and then just rub it on the mask. So when you're in the store, you feel happier. You don't feel dragged down
Yeah.
by all this fear mentality that's floating around everywhere because you
That's
have that
awesome.
little uplift for your soul. So thank you,
Absolutely.
Michelle. Thank you for telling us your story. I'm sure that it will be a great benefit to many, many people. For anyone who watches this video, reach out to the person who sent it to you because they can probably help you get started with doTERRA. If you don't have a person, go ahead and check the comments and we'll put a link in there where you can find someone and you'll be able to receive the help that you need. So
Yes.
thank you so much. We're excited to help you on your natural
Thank
journey.
you.
Bye.